Hello there and welcome to a new video. In this one we're going to be checking out Godot 4.4 Dev 2 that, as you can see, has been released just a few hours ago, something like 5 hours ago exactly. And the most important feature over here is typed dictionaries. Okay, so we will actually get deeper into what this is, why is it useful, etc. So we can get started right away by going to the exact article. As you can see, these are literally the latest news that you're going to be finding. And also on this topic, it's also worth mentioning the fact that just a few days ago we had the beginning of Godot 4.4. Basically on the 26th of August we had Godot 4.4 Dev 1, and as you can see, just something like 10 days before this we had Godot 4.3 officially released. So indeed, Godot is always keeping up the amazing updates and also quite constant. So indeed, it is quite amazing. And also, by the way, yesterday Godot 3.6 was finally released. But well, that is something that we are not really going to be getting any deeper in this video. So for the first dev snapshot, basically for Godot 4.4 Dev 1, we had over 200 PRs. And well, just 2 weeks later, we have more than 350 improvements. So it is amazing that they have literally doubled the amount of new things from Godot 4.4 Dev 1 to Godot 4.4 Dev 2. And quite similarly to what happened in Godot 4.4 Dev 1, most of the changes and bug fixes that have been implemented, they are just they will be backported to Godot 4.3, and that will basically be released in Godot 4.3.1. Okay, this is something quite similar to what we used to have over here. I think that it's actually just the exact same line copied and pasted. So yes, indeed, maybe the idea, well, actually the idea of every single dev snapshot is quite similar. It's just getting some bugs fixed, some small improvements, okay? But well, besides all the highlights that we have, probably the most important one here is typed dictionaries. So why is this so important? Because now by using the export attribute, you're going to be able to preview the dictionaries and access their keys and their values in the inspector, okay? And this of course has a lot of user of UX improvement, because you're able to see and add data to dictionaries directly in the Godot editor, in the inspector more specifically. Something else that is also quite interesting about this release is the fact that usually when you do a backup of your project, or when you are using some kind of source control software, that you exclude the .godot folder, because this is just a folder that then when you import the project, it is actually going to be created once again. So this will save some space in the repository. And basically this was causing that when you open the project without the .godot folder, you would have a lot of errors being spammed out, some scripts that were failing to compile. But well, now it seems that they were able to implement a solution that, without having to do anything weird, if you just import a Godot project without the .godot folder, it would work just fine with no strange things. And it should also open up a little bit faster. Now also the editor window state is persistent. This means that now Godot will always know the window state, basically if it was full screen window mode, the screen size, position, etc. So literally every single information that had to do with the window is now stored locally. So now, for example, this is particularly useful for when you have multiple monitors, when you have windows of the same engine with different sizes, position, etc. Now everything's going to be stored, so you are no longer going to have to always be positioning the window of the Godot editor or anything like that. It is always going to be kept. And also here in the PR, it is more explained and actually showcases what the exact advantages are. So when using a high resolution screen or with an external text editor, you may change the window size, the window position. So now these changes that you do are going to be kept. Well, there are also some small improvements with a new tab, a new visual shader editor, but well, these are just super small things that are not really going to be changing a lot the game in terms of shaders. Well, we also have here a tiny new feature that basically by dragging and dropping a mesh, it is going to automatically create a mesh emitter. And also there is an initial Android editor support for XR devices, okay? Those are the changes that I think that are the most worth taking a look at. There are still here more changes. Maybe the one that could be interesting is this one, that the sprite frame editor will try to guess the amount of rows and columns of a sprite sheet. But well, it is not something that is actually going to be a super huge game changer, so I prefer saving some time and actually taking a look at this release. So I will go ahead and download it. Now, for example, over here, I am now in Godot 4.4 Dev 2, and I have here this inventory variable that basically I have initialized it with string and boolean values, and I have basically, for example, sword, bow, knife, etc. So now I am able to preview these values inside of the window. So I will save the changes, and I will just try to update this. So here you can actually see it, that it is replicating perfectly. And the good thing about this that you probably already know, but just in case, that you can change the values from here instead of having to go once again to here. So it is the same thing as what you would have with any export variable. But well, it is much more visual, much easier to see here which key and values you have already created. And you can even create a new key over here. And for example, I will make this true. I should actually, for example, here give it a new name. For example, I will add a potion, and for example, it's going to be true this time. So there I have it, okay? And I don't want to come back here to the code or anything like that. Or you can even initialize this as just an empty dictionary, and instead of here from scratch completely in the inspector, you can go ahead and add the exact same values. For example, sword, then I can go ahead and add a knife, bow, potion. It would be amazing that if you press the enter key, it would also be added, but well, probably they end up having it, adding it, sorry, and here you will be able to modify the different values, okay? So indeed, it is something quite useful. Definitely what is really surprising me about Godot is the fact that literally weekly we are having new things, or well, not weekly, but maybe every 10-12 days we are having new things. And even we really have to consider the fact that something like 25 days ago, Godot 4.3 was released with 3,500 commits, so that was a lot of new things. And in spite of that, we are still having new things, and amazing new things that you have checked out. Let's say that's every 10-12 days. So indeed, I hope that Godot can keep this up. And well, let me know what you think about these constant updates that Godot is having in the comments down below. Make sure that you are subscribed to know the latest news about this amazing engine. See you, bye bye.